worm. Prepare yourself. Damn Saiyan.
Let's just get one thing straight. We don't know how old Caulifla is, and I would not put her as being a teenager. I think that the short stature thing is something that just seems to be a trend for the Universe 6 Saiyans, as Kale and Kaba both seem to be very small. But Caulifla and Goku, they're like soulmates, and this episode definitely showcased it. First off, my predictions on exactly what was going to happen came true in this episode. Kale was going to get jealous of Caulifla and Goku. Caulifla is interested in Goku, and it seemed like it went a little bit further than just being, you know, intrigued by him. It seemed like it went a little bit further, more into like the crushing on him and wanting to fight him and stuff like that. So that part of my theory came true. Then Kale turning into her berserker form and continuously raging, yelling Goku, Goku, Son Goku, Son Goku. That was just so good. This episode was so good. I'm super excited to watch this again. I watched this last night when I was on my break, and I need to watch it again today because it was fantastic. Great episode. I'm really happy that we finally got to a point in the Universal Tournament where the meat of the competition is going to start coming into fruition. Even the battlefield is starting to get destroyed and turning into rubble, and I never thought that was going to happen. For some reason I didn't think that, because they made such a big deal of how strong the arena is, so I didn't think it was going to be broken up like that. But yeah, the arena definitely got destroyed. Now the beginning of the episode starts off with Kale taking a beating. It was very reminiscent of Videl getting beaten by Spopovich in the martial arts tournament back in the Buu saga, but it was less gory than that and brutal. It was rough, but it wasn't like that. And Dragon Ball Super hasn't really gone into the territory as being as gory or brutal as Dragon Ball Z had. So that's one of the things that it needs to improve on, in my opinion. Now, we did get a removal of a lot of these extra characters, all these fluff characters from the other universes, so I really like that. We lost a few of them in this episode, and I loved the rapport that Caulifla has with Hit. I didn't think that they even talked, because we haven't seen anything from the Universe 6 team at all, really, and it looks like they have some sort of rapport. She knows all about his time skip. They talk back and forth. He saved her from getting, I don't know if she was about to get knocked out, but he saved her. He stopped time and grabbed her so she wouldn't go flying too far. So I definitely like that. First of all, I love Hit as a character. He's one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball Super. And Caulifla, I know a lot of the community does not really like her. Mainly, I would assume because of, I don't think it's just a sexist thing. I don't believe that's because we've been talking about female Super Saiyan for years now. I think it's more the fact that she's been gaining these abilities so fast. She's literally the Uchiha, or the Hyuga, or the Neji Hyuga from Naruto equivalency of Dragon Ball Super. She just gains abilities so fast. She just saw Goku. Instead of her, she was intrigued about Super Saiyan Blue, and that's what we were led to kind of believe, that Goku was going to try to train her, and a lot of people were mad about that. But no, Goku's like, you're not ready for that. And then he went Super Saiyan 2 because she went into her beefed up Super Saiyan transformation that they obviously found out is obsolete back in the Cell Saga. And then she was excited because she was like, I've gone into this before, but I can't remember how to go back into it. And I like that she kind of remembered, like they had some sort of banter about her going into it before, because it confirms that she did. And so then she finally goes into it just by watching him go into it, and then they spar. And now, honestly, that whole sequence of them sparring, and then even going back to Kale, and she was like, am I in the way? Goku's like, hey, can you like leave us alone? You're kind of in the way. And then she's like, sis, am I in the way? And then Caulifla just kind of turns away from her. I don't think she really meant anything by it, but I think Kale's one of those unstable characters that has like sort of like this emotional sort of breakdown whenever she feels like she's being, looked down upon or like put aside, especially by Caulifla. So that whole sequence like made the episode for me, honestly. And then from there on, it just got even better. I just want to give a quick shout out to Flash Gordon from my Goku and Caulifla's Alliance spoiler video, and he comments, last time I was this early, Universe 9 was still alive. And I guess he commented pretty early on my last video, so I commend you for commenting pretty early, hoping you're part of the notification squad. but Flash Gordon just too soon. I still remember the Trio de Danger's faces when they got erased, and it just breaks my heart too soon. And we finally got a clearer explanation of why Kale goes into her form. She's jealous of anything that has to do with Caulifla and somebody else. Plus, it seems like she doesn't like being shamed or looked down upon, like I said earlier. And it is surprising that, to me anyway, that Kale's berserker form can go toe to toe with Super Saiyan Blue. I thought from the last fight, honestly, from the little bit that we saw, I thought that she was going to be weaker than Super Saiyan 2. That would make sense in the timeline of Dragon Ball Z, but that's not the case. And I'm just saying that because she threw an energy ball that was presumably going to kill Kaba, and then Caulifla turned Super Saiyan 2 and knocked it out of the way. So that's why I thought, and then she transformed back to a regular state. So that's why I thought that she was weaker. And then again, it makes sense. That's why I always thought with Broly, honestly, that Broly, unless we found something out that Broly gets stronger and stronger and he can surpass all these limits, that he was weaker than Super Saiyan 2 levels. Well, now we know, sort of, we get this hint that this Berserker transformation is on toe to toe. The more she loses control of her power, all this unlimited power that she has, the stronger she gets, up to the point where Super Saiyan Blue Kamehameha, the one that Toppo couldn't even tank, she tanked it, and then she just grabbed Goku by the face. Like, that shit was hot. I was like, oh my god, she grabbed Goku right by the face in Super Saiyan Blue, not in any other Super Saiyan. Well, she did grab him a little bit with the other Super Saiyan transformations as well, and she just beat the living hell out of him. It was freaking amazing. Kale is definitely a beast, and the fact that she completely destroyed the ring and started taking out characters left and right, with her energy attacks, actually, with her energy explosion scatter shot attack that she had, was freaking awesome. And then we have freaking Agumon, or if you want to call him Charmander, of the Pride Troopers, comes in with like a energy lasso trying to, you know, take her out. He completely gets taken out. It's awesome because I love this part, because we don't see him get taken out, but then we see her flying toward him, or looking at him, and then we see the Omni Kings kind of push the button that he's out. So when that happens, you see all the Pride Troopers kind of gathering around, and then Jiren finally comes into play. And it was so fast, but Jiren comes in with an energy ball, and then the spoiler said that he didn't say anything. It was silent. I mean, he kind of was, but he did say, "I'll take care of this," so he wasn't really silent 100%. He comes in with energy ball, smacks her with it. She goes flying with the energy ball, and then it looks like he kind of blew it up in the way Frieza blows up energy balls, but he did use his eyes. He like widened his eyes a little bit, so I don't know. Again, I think that his eyes are where his power, or like his ability, maybe an ability is, but again, it's not confirmed or anything. That's just my own theory to it, that I think that his eyes are the where we're gonna see more of his abilities come from. But he widened his eyes, it exploded, and I guess the energy was so concussive that it just took her out of her state, her berserker state, and she went flying, and then Caulifla grabbed her and hit, you know, kind of saw that Goku was going to take on Jiren, because we thought that the hit was going to try to take on Jiren, and then they both kind of disappeared, and it kind of pushed me to believe more that Hit's not going to try to go one-on-one with Jiren right off the bat. I think he's going to try to take him out more like in an assassin and sneaky sort of way, because he had the ability. If he was strong enough, he would have been able to just kind of confront him, but being an assassin and being like, you know, seeing all his options, and tactically he saw like Goku was going to go and try to confront him, so he kind of faded back and tried to let these guys, you know, he's not really just playing for just his ego, he's actually playing for the universe, his universe to be remaining. And one of the most important things in this episode that we find out is that Vegeta says this is the Super Saiyan's true form when it comes to when he saw the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, or the Berserker transformation. He said this is a Super Saiyan's true form. So what? Okay, that's crazy. That's, first of all, Vegeta, you're pulling stuff out of your ass, I think, at this point, because you during the Saiyan saga, the Frieza saga, I mean, you stated many times that this is a Super Saiyan, this is a Super Saiyan, this is a Super Saiyan, and then, you know, you finally saw Super Saiyan, and then when you saw Trunks turn to Super Saiyan when he was fighting Mega Frieza, he's like, there's no way he's a Super Saiyan because there's only a few Saiyans left, even though he looked exactly like one. So his, you know, me trying to believe the fact that he can gauge what a Super Saiyan is or what a Super Saiyan really was is, you know, is kind of iffy in my opinion. But I mean, it does. The writers did put it into the dialogue that he said this. So I mean, obviously we're going to be getting a shit ton of videos this week from different people talking about, oh, what is a Super Saiyan's true form? Is this really the true form? Maybe I'll make a discussion video about it at some point, go more into detail on that, because if that's the Super Saiyan's true form, then the Super Saiyan's true form is unlimited energy that makes you really bulky, but you don't lose speed. You go crazy, and I guess you're still not as strong as Jiren. So I don't know. Again, I have to go more into that, but in the next episode, we get a preview where we do see Goku and the androids facing against the Pride Troopers and the lieutenant of the Pride Troopers. I think his name was Casserole or something. And he looks like he's got like these energy-style swords and stuff like that. It looks pretty good. It looks like it's going to be a good fight. I'm excited to see it, and I love seeing the androids fighting together. I did like at the beginning of this episode how 18 was kind of dogging Krillin, like, you wasted all that money on workout equipment and you got kicked out of the ring. And even 17 was kind of, you know, laying some shade on him too. So, you know, I liked it. It was pretty interesting. You know, man, hey, Krillin better watch out, or 18's gonna go a different direction. You know, she's gonna start realizing, hey, you know, I married a weakling. So, but yes, the next episode, we were led to believe that the Xenoverse 6 Saiyans were gonna fight alongside Goku, like Kale and Caulifla. But in the preview, we really didn't see that. I mean, it could be possible because we do see Caulifla kind of beat up, and Kale kind of looking up at her. So, but then Kale just got shot out of her form. So how is she going to participate? She wasn't very strong, or even close to being strong at all when it came to the, you know, fighting in her normal state. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the episode 100. I'm super excited for the next episode and to see exactly where this tournament's going. It's finally kicking off. It started off slow for me. It started off in the wrong direction in my opinion, but it has progressively gotten better and better and better up until this episode, and then now it's going to get much better here on out. So anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this episode. Drop me a like if you liked my video, and this is going to be Dragon Ball Black signing off.